Today we're going to be looking at how to write decimals in expanded form using fractions. To show this, we have a couple of examples that we're going to work through together here, so let's get started. In case you're wondering what exactly is expanded form, well, expanded form is a way of writing a number where you're going to break up that number by the individual place values within that number so that you can show the value of each digit within that number. To make sense of what I just said, we're going to jump right into writing our first decimal of 3 and 679 thousandths in expanded form. To help us, we're going to use our place value chart, and we're going to fill out this place value chart starting with our highest place value. Well, in this case, our highest place value happens to be our ones place, and in our ones place we have a digit of 3. In our tenths place we have a digit of 6. In our hundredths place we have a digit of 7. And in our thousandths place we have a digit of 9. So now that we've filled out our place value chart, we're ready to write this decimal in expanded form. And once again, we're going to start with our highest place value. Well, we have a 3 in our ones place, so we're going to write our 3, and then we're going to move on to our tenths place. Well, this is where we're going to have some fractions come into play here. So up to the left-hand side here, we have the decimal of 6 tenths. Now, anytime that you're looking to convert a decimal into a fraction, you're going to write a fraction where the value of the decimal is written over top of its place value. So in this case, we have a digit of 6, so we have 6 tenths. So our numerator is going to be 6, and then our denominator is going to be 10 because we're in our tenths place. So 6 tenths is the same thing as the fraction of 6 over 10. So returning back, we're going to write our 6 over 10 to represent our 6 tenths in our decimal here. Now we're going to move on to our hundredths place. Well, in this case, we have a digit of 7, so we're going to write our 7, and then we're going to write it over top of 100 because it's in the hundredths place. Now we're going to move on to our thousandths place in our next line, where in this case, we have a digit of 9, so we're going to write our 9, and then we're going to put it over top of 1,000 because that 9 is in our thousandths place. Since we don't have any more digits to bring down, we're done. We've written this number in expanded form. But before we move on to writing our second decimal in expanded form, we need to clear out this place value chart. Perfect. So now we're ready to write our second decimal of 17 and 32 hundredths in expanded form. Just like we did last time, we're going to start filling out this place value chart with our highest place value, and we can see here that we have a digit of 1 in our tens place. In our ones place, we have a digit of 7. In our tenths place, we have a digit of 3. And lastly, in our hundredths place, we have a digit of 2. Now we're ready to write this decimal in expanded form, once again starting with our highest place value. Well, in this case, we have a digit of 1 in our tens place, so that digit of 1 has a value of 10. Then we're going to move on to our ones place where we have a digit of 7, so that 7 has a value of 7. And now we're going to move on to our tenths place where we're going to have to start writing some fractions here. So in our tens place, we have a digit of 3. So we're going to write that digit of 3 as our numerator, and then for our denominator, we're in our tenths place, so the denominator is going to have a value of 10. Now we're going to move on to our hundredths place in our next line, where in this case we have a digit of 2, so we're going to write that digit of 2 for our numerator, and then we're going to write it over top of 100 because it's in the hundredths place. Now we don't have any more numbers to deal with, so we're done. We've written this second decimal in expanded form. So hopefully by now you understand how to write decimals in expanded form using fractions. Help make math less complicated by smashing those like and subscribe buttons. As always, enjoy today's math journey.